Welcome back to another video. Firstly, I want to apologise for the skewed camera here. It does correct itself. But in this video we're going to be doing a modern Liverpool team. So we're going to do the current modern team, play it against an intermediate side. So naturally we've got the front three of Firmino, Salah and Mane. And behind him, obviously, Japanese game, I'm in Japan, so we're going to play Minamino as a second striker. Midfield, we're going to go for Gini Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson, and in defence, you can probably already guess, we're going to go with Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, who I think has appeared in pretty much all of my games, but he is one of the best, if not the best, central defender in the world right now. And Joe Gomez, and in goal obviously Alisson Becker. So pretty self-explanatory, but I just want to show you what it's like when you play a full team. So on the bench we're going to go with Oxlade-Chamberlain, we're going to go with James Milner, Xherdan Shaqiri, Naby Keita, if he can stay fit and doesn't keep getting injured, and Joel Matip, who I recently got actually in this video. So I'm going to cut to the scouting process because in the video before this I actually did a scout and I got Joel Matip, so I thought I would include the last scouting session into this video. So this footage actually comes from a video I shot for Galacticos 2, but I didn't include the scouting in that one because it wasn't very good, it wasn't very relevant. But I had the footage, so I thought I would incorporate it into this one. As you can see here, he comes in, he shakes the clipboard, puts it down on my desk. We saw the nice confidential written on my paper there. Continental class, working its way up 4-star into a world-class player. And there we have Joel Matip. You notice that card looks a little bit different because I did actually pay on the application. I used some of my points to rank him up. You can also see to the left of him there that I have George Best in the queue to print as well. But I just thought I would share that with you just so you know where Joel Matip came from. And yep, this is the formation we're going to go with. So we're going with 4 up the top, 2 in midfield and 4 in defence. Although I'm playing Minamino, Mane and Salah quite far back to sort of compensate for the fact that there's only 2 people in the midfield. And I did think about doing some more printing there, but I chickened out. So here we go, setting up the formations. You can see Jordan Henderson, he's low morale, so I swap him out for James Milner. And I give a morale boost to Minamino. And what I'm doing is Wijnaldum has long pass, who I'm playing out to Mane, because a long pass and a speed player, Mane's special skill is speed, but there is a special combination there. And then Mane is going to try and play it through to Firmino, who has forward check. So basically forward check is a skill similar to penalty area block, but it means that he has a much better chance of winning the ball back in the opposition's penalty area. And here we are. So we are playing against a AC Milan side. I think it's an intermediate AC Milan, so this should be a fairly competitive game. Once again, the AI cannot figure out the order of players in my formation because I'm using a freestyle formation. Apparently Firmino and Gomez are playing on the left, Robertson's on the right. But here we go, match is underway. You can see there, as I was explaining, the long pass and the speed play just gave me a combo, because they're two skills that work together. And we also got a rare hotline from linking Ronaldo, Mane and Firmino together, which you can see that was highlighted in gold. I think the new AI adjustments happened a couple of weeks ago, and they have made it a lot harder to break down defences, especially at the higher levels. What I'm going to do in my next series of videos is going to be a 3-part session, and I'm going to try to win the expert rank. So basically the expert rank is a 3-stage competition at the hardest level, AI. But there's also the added stipulation that you have to actually get at least 10,000 points per game. And the way you get points is by obviously scoring goals, crucial tackles, goalkeeper saves, things that happen in the game will award you with points. And if you can get 30,000 by the end of it, you can get a special banner which you can have as your team logo. You can see my one is the Merseyside one because I've already done and earned that one. But there's all sorts of different awards you can get for doing the expert mode. But once you start the expert mode, you can't, you can stop whenever you want, but you lose all your progress. So ideally you have to play each game to its completion. And if you win, you get a little gold trophy for that season. And we finally have a goal. That was Mane, slots it through to Bobby Firmino, and here you can see he has a unique animation. It's a bit dated now from when he had his eye poked against Spurs. But he has got onto the end of that one, and he's given us a 1-0 lead in the 35th minute. Unfortunately, Firmino was slightly offside there when Minamino won the ball back. Well, not slightly, he was miles offside. And as you can see, I bring the front line back a little bit to try and stop players being in offside positions too much. And we go into half time. Again, all the players are looking pretty good, morale's quite high except for the people on the bench, but whenever you put a player on the bench they always have low morale, especially if they're like really high class players like Messi and Ronaldo. But usually when you bring them on it gives them a little morale boost. So one of the things I wanted to talk about in this particular game is Xherdan Shaqiri's skill, which is super sub, which means he will have a benefit, especially if you're losing or drawing the match. He can add a morale boost to your players, and he also has a skill increase, but only if he comes on as a second half substitution. If you start him, his skill is useless, it won't make any benefit to the game. It's a nice through ball there, and Firmino has a nice shot, but it's closed down by the goalkeeper. It's gone out for a corner. And now we're starting to get our first substitutions of the game. And I just wanted to demonstrate what I just said about Shaqiri. I'm actually taking Salah off and bringing on Shaqiri. Now, being a super sub skill, you can't actually activate Xherdan Shaqiri and give him a temporary stat boost. His skill is always active, so you can see where the skills that I have activated, if you look on the mini-map, the players have like a circle going around them, a little blue circle. that means their skill is activated until they're either tackled or well, yeah, that's just it. I think it's, if there's a tackle put in on them, they lose their skill. But Shaqiri, you can't do that. We also took Minamino off because he was being pretty ineffective, and we brought on Naby Keita. And there we go, because Van Dijk just did a crucial tackle there, and his skill's been used up. So we need to get another skill point to reactivate that, but he's also taken the skill away from that particular player. I didn't see the name of who it was. And Andy Robertson going on a weavy run and tried to play it out to Mane, who just wasn't ready for it by the looks of it. We've also made a substitution as well. I think Gomez has gone off and Joel Matip has come on. And there a perfect example of the AI is not particularly great. Firmino had worked his way through on goal, and although I was smashing the shoot button, he decided he was going to pass it out to Salah. But as I was pushing the shoot button, Salah took the shot, and it ended up being saved. So, you know, they're always tweaking the AI. I don't think they're ever going to get it perfect, but yeah, I won't complain about that too much. It's a lot better than what it was when this first came out. We're going into stoppage time, and I've just changed the hotline to Milner, Keita and Firmino. And speaking of Keita, he just had a shot there, nicely saved, and they've blasted it out for a throw-in. And this should be the last touch of the game. And Firmino is offside again. That's the final whistle right there. So just a 1-0 win, but yeah, at least we beat the intermediate side, and we get to lift the little trophy again. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know Liverpool aren't exactly the flavour of the month for a lot of supporters, but I hope you could bear with me while I just got this out of my system. And in the future maybe we'll do, I don't know, Real Madrid, Barcelona teams or something like that. But thank you for joining me, and I look forward to talking at you again in the next video.